What should you be looking out for when going to a property inspection? In this video, we'll share with you our 5 key tips on what questions you should be asking the real estate agent about and what you should keep your eyes out for. So let's jump straight in. Buying a property is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make in your life. So you want to make sure that when you do buy a property, it's going to be the right one for you. It pays to be thorough when you are serious about buying a property. So these simple checks could mean a big difference between buying your dream home or stepping into a costly nightmare. Our first tip is always check the walls for cracks or any signs of structural damage. So as you move through the property, make sure that you check all the internal and external walls for any cracks or signs of damages. Cracks can be a sign of movement or it can indicate a bigger issue. So depending on how large and how serious the cracks are, it can be quite costly to repair. Properties with large number of cracks that are greater than 2 millimeters in width tend to be a cause of concern. If the property that you love is showing any signs of damage, it might be worth calling in a qualified building inspector to have a quick look. They'll be able to recommend a course of action and the potential cost involved. Building reports can also be used to identify any structural problems within the property. Be sure to request one of the property reports from the real estate agent, but do remember that it does come with a cost. Our second tip is to check the property for any signs of water leaks, damp, or mold. Be sure to check the plumbing and pipes from inside and outside for leaks. Even though it's not a structural defect, it can be quite costly to repair. Turn on the taps in the bathroom, kitchen, and laundry to ascertain the water color, drainage, and water pressure. You also want to check that there isn't any mold, as it is generally bad for your health, especially for people with respiratory issues such as asthma. A couple of good indicators of mold are dark or colored spots, either on the floor or on the walls, peeling wallpaper, and accompanied by wet smelling odor. Mold issues ranges in severity, but it's usually an indication of poor ventilation, or it could be an indication of drainage or water-related issues. Our third and possibly most important tip is to check for any signs of termites or pest damages. Hollow-sounding timber such as floorboards and beams can be a sign of termite damage. During a house inspection, keep your eye out for any rat poison, mouse traps, or cockroach bait. These can be signs of pest troubles. It could also be worth finding out from your real estate agent or your local council whether the area is prone to pest or termite damages. Even if you don't see any obvious signs of pest or termite damages, if you are serious about buying the property, consider getting a professional pest inspection just so that you can avoid any further disappointments in the future. Our fourth tip is to have a look at the room layout and orientation. While it is possible to knock down a wall or two after purchasing a property, it is still worth considering whether the home actually suits your lifestyle. Ask yourself whether there are enough room or space in the property, especially if you're thinking about expanding your family in the future. If you're planning to renovate, then you need to think about the cost and work that are required. Some changes might require council approval, such as removing a wall or building a deck. It takes time, effort, and money to transform a new home. So you do want to take into account of all these factors when you are searching for a dream property. While some things are changeable, other things you don't really have control over, such as whether there is natural light, what about airflow, or is it on a noisy street? All of these things are the things that you need to think about before purchasing a property. Our final tip is to check the roofs and downpipes on the property. When you're at a house inspection, take a quick walk around the outside of the house just to check that all the roof downpipes are discharging into the stormwater drains as opposed to the ground, just to avoid muddiness and flooding. Have a look at the lines of the roof to see if they are straight and free from deflection, as well as noticing any missing tiles and cracks on the roof. When it comes to roof gutters, although it might look fine from the ground level, checking it from the top side might reveal that it is corroded and might be in need of replacement. Since you probably won't have access to the roof or a ladder to take a look at the top guttering, it is important to get a building report to obtain this information. If you're considering buying your first property or just want to understand which interest rates you are qualified for, jump onto lendy.com.au. It only takes a few minutes. Our online home loan platform compares rates from over 35 different lenders and banks. And we have a team of home loan specialists who can assist you in every step of the way. So that's it, guys. Our top 5 things to look out for when going to a property inspection. If you already started looking for properties and want to be in a position to make an offer, check out our video here on home loan pre-approvals. We go through why getting a pre-approval can be important and what the process of getting a pre-approval entails. See you there in a sec.